President Trump has about 2 months ago in the White House. Why is he doing this now?
Yeah, and we were warned, weren't we, by Secretary of State Mike Pompeo just a few days ago that there would be more actions. They hadn't forgotten about China. There would be more things coming down the pipeline. And this is the latest action then from the Trump administration. This is a ban on investment firms and funds in the US buying or selling shares in 31 companies designated by the Pentagon as having ties to China's military and intelligence services. Those companies, that list of 31 includes China Mobile, it includes China Telecom, Hikvision, the surveillance company here, Sinochem, just a couple of those on this list of 31. US National Security Advisor Robert O'Brien explaining the rationale thus. He says that the move will protect US investors from inadvertently funding the People's Liberation Army or the intelligence agencies here in China. Now, this ban will kick in on January the 11th. And talking of bans, ByteDance, the parent company of TikTok, has successfully won a stay of execution, it seems. A court in Washington saying that they will now have until December the 14th to file additional paperwork. Now, this also links to national security concerns. Back in August, the Trump administration put in place and signed off an order that would force the sale of TikTok's US assets or close the business down altogether. That led to this scramble to try and set up a deal. Eventually, we got Walmart and Oracle and TikTok setting up a plan to build out a US entity, but that never got the full sign-off from the Trump administration. It led to a November the 12th deadline to either sell off or force the closure. That deadline has now been pushed back to December the 14th. So the saga over ByteDance and TikTok in the US continues.
We saw, or heard, I should say, cautiously reassuring words from Tencent right after they reported third quarter earnings.
Yeah, and caution is something that they specialize in, and they pointed to the fact that they have a more conservative business operation than some of their competitors, a nod there to Alibaba. We heard from the president of Tencent, Martin Lau, really trying to reassure investors about this very significant move by China's regulators to build out a framework to contain monopolistic behavior by some of China's tech giants, particularly around subsidies and data and forming of alliances. Now, President Martin Lau said that he supports the goal of fair competition, that Tencent will comply with these measures, but also crucially saying that it was his understanding that these rules were aimed more at e-commerce and online commerce, an activity in an area that is not significant for Tencent. These rules are not targeted, Tencent believes, at gaming and ad revenues, which is really the big cash cow for Tencent. And talking of cash cows, the third quarter results were pretty significant for Tencent, a 29% increase on the third quarter, in terms of sales, and they beat expectations as well in terms of gaming revenue, which grew 45%, the fastest pace since 2017. So a good set of results for Tencent and reassurance on the regulatory front.